Hey guys, the Subtitle here, and in this video, we're going to be doing the SDL Showdown Draft League playoff matches. That's right, folks. We made playoffs. And so, I'm pulling up my opponent's teams as we speak now. These are replays. My calcs are already pulled up in the damage calculators, as you can see above. And so, as you can see above, we made the final round of playoffs. So, as you can see, okay, so my first match was against, as you know, my good friend Tiger VGC and the Lake City Luxrays. I mean, Lake City Raikus. They're the Lake City Raikus in this. They were, but then they rebranded to the Lake City Luxrays. But the Lake City Raikus, they have Mega DNC, Volcanion, Kartana, Noivern, Skarmory, Himantop, Lantern, Rabombi, Crocodile, Lycanroc Dusk, and Meowstic Male. Mega Meowstic, what am I saying? It's Meowstic Male. So as you guys know, my team is Spectrier, Mega Mawile, Rotom Heat, Vaporeon, Rosewood, Mamoswine, Necrozma, Mandibuzz, Girder, and Anti-Frozen. And as you can see, so we have first one we have here is Spectrier. We outspeed a Scarf Kartana, which is pretty valuable. I'm pretty sure outspeed a Scarf Kartana. I think that because that's the best one they have. I'm Scarf, so they also have the Scarf, and I think I outspeed that barely with 88 speed with Timid. Maxwell's also attack on 168 HP to lift some hits, possibly. Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, Will-O-Wisp, Hyper Beam. Will-O-Wisp can come in handy if I want to like get a Scarf burn on Kartana. But a lot of this team does not like a burn either. Like Crocodile does like a burn. Lycanroc Dust does not like a burn. Hitmontop does not like a burn. Skarmory does not like a burn. Cardon does not like a burn. Those are the really big threats of my team. Next mon, we are and Hyper Beam for Crocodile mainly. Dark Pulse for some things in Shell, but the carries the exact same. It's just coverage because Spectre only gets three special moves that are cover that are he gets two coverage special moves in Dark Pulse and Mud Shot. So that's all we have really to work with. Next one we have is Girder. I forgot the nickname these, but it's construction of the Girder. Mach Punch, Drain Punch, High Horsepower, and Defog. This is the exact same moveset we ran for week 6, which was we were EV just enough to live a Moonblast from Mega DNC and Oko back with High Horsepower. If he brings Rabombi, I have default for weapons like a Mach Punch. High Horsepower does a bunch of damage on DNC, and it DNC falls to a High Horsepower plus Mach Punch, which is good. Brain Punch is just to get HP back. Um, Next one we have is the Necrozma, and this thing does work. Max HP, max physical attack, force special defense with modest a standard set. Flash Cannon for the Mega DNC. Heat for the Skarmory. Psychic hits everything neutrally besides Meowstic and Crocodile's immune. And Signal Beam hits those two for super effectively. This thing goes on my most entire team, and it's amazing. Like I love this incredible Life Orb just just nukes my opponent's whole team. Mammals right here. This is a meme I decided to bring because well we said one meme set so we are max HP, max physical defense, force spells defense with leftovers with thick fat. Sleep talk, icicle crash, rest, and curse. You heard that right. Whoa. Rest talk, icicle crash, and curse. My opponent's only switch into ice is Lantern and Volcanion. And once I get those two out of the way, Middleton's free. Like legit free to put Icicle Craft on everything. Next one we have here is Mega Mawile. I did Fire Fang for Kartana, Play Rough for Crocodile, Iron Heart for Mega Diancie, Stone Edge for Volcanion, and yeah, that's and Noivern. That's essentially it because Mega Mawile doesn't really need that many. That it doesn't really need Sucker Punch's matchup because like it doesn't really need it this matchup in my opinion. And the last one we have here is Rotom Heat. We have an Assault Vest Rotom Heat to try to take a Mega DNC Power Gem and just try to take in do a lot of damage with Overheat. Volt Switch is good too. Electro Web can lower my opponent's speed as their team is speedy, and Spectre can just clean and endgame and foul play for Kartana that gets too many attack boosts. I legit wall Kartana with that defensive vest and I can Oko with foul play. Um him on top pretty scary. Main thing the reason this thing here is for Skarmory. Skarmory hurts. The only I don't have two things for Skarmory. Well, three things, which is Rotom, Mega Mawile, and Necrozma. Those are the three things I have for Skarmory. So now let's go into this match, which is here. So we are against Tiger VGC, as you can see. So they brought Crocodile, Mega Diancie, Lantern, Skarmory, Lycanroc Dust, and Kartana, which are the six I pretty much predicted. I was just scared of some Hitmontop that could kind of get going as my team, but let's see. So, we lead Necrozma because as you can see on my calcs, as you can see on my calcs, Necrozma, like let's pull some like Crocodile. Everything takes about like 50% from this. Like, is this the wrong one? Wait a minute. Is this the right one? Nope. Nope. Let me just put the Necrozma in. Necrozma. Let's put the Necrozma set in. Yeah, this is like just the Necrozma set is right here. Yeah, as you can see here. Um, so I got against Crocodile. So it's gonna be Okos against a Mega Diancie. Talk about that before things, so it's a Mega Diancie. Plus, can Okos extremely against Lantern. Psychic goes above 50%. The chance to a KO. Skarmory follows a heat wave. Looks dirty, but Lycanroc Dusk follows a Flash Green or Psychic. Kartana Heat Wave. As you can see, like look how much 533 to 630.5%. That's hilarious. But yeah, as you can honestly see, this goes to my opponent's whole team. So I'm like, okay, I can get some trick damage now on this thing because nothing wants to switch into this incredible side. So I go for psychic because like I just know that I'm like okay, since Lantern is shipped, Signal will probably take it out next turn because then that psychic it's probably Fizz Def, not special defense. Yep, that is in the role. That is in the role. Boom, that's legit in the role. So it's Fizz Death, which means Signal Beam takes it out next turn. So I'm like, okay, I can go for Signal Beam. Which then they bring Crocodile, predicting another Psychic, which is a good play by my opponent. But I go for Signal Beam, which does so much damage to my opponent. I think they're a soulless Crocodile with that, because they had to be. Girder comes out, they go for knockoff, which knocks off our Evilous side of the league, which means we cannot live a hit from Mega DNC, which is unfortunate. So I mean, we just go for Mach Punch because, like, well, we don't have anything else to do. Karma comes out, we go for Drain Punch to try and get the HP back. I don't really know here. They go Spikes, which is unfortunate. I predict that I go for Defog because there's nothing else I'm going to do with him. When he comes out, they bring in a Lantern because this tells me right here that they are Volt Absorb, which means they are immune to Electro Web and Volt Switch. So I go for Overheat. That's good damage. Then I go for another one, which it lives on 1%, which is extremely unfortunate. They go for Toxic, and I'm like, okay, that's not good. So I'm like, okay, if I'm Rotom here, and I am -4 special attack. Yeah, it was foul play. I had to go for foul play here. Yeah, that was about my best move there. And then they go to DNC. I do legit no damage with this overheat. Then I am -6, which is extremely unfortunate with this. Then they open me Diamond Storm. That's fine. I really need him gone. We're going to Mega Mawile. As you can see, Mega Mawile against Mega DNC. Was this Nicholas? Yeah, no, it was just regular Mawile. Okay. So Mawile against DNC. I'm pretty sure my EV spread let me live a Earth Power. Yes, it did. I guarantee live in an Earth Power from Mega DNC, and I Oko with Ironhide because it's 10-4. Like a crit didn't even matter. It was just overkill. So as you know, we know Sucker Punch. That would have been a pretty good play if we did have it. Gritter comes out. We go for Mach Punch because, like, well, I can get a free kill. But they go Skarmory, which is a good play. I go Necrozma trying to fool them to think that I don't have Heat Wave. And the thing is, they were on 99%, which is 1% out of 30, which is unfortunate. That's legit unfortunate. And Lycanroc picks up the kill with the Xylark. But Necrozma, O-Code Skarmory did like 67% of the Lantern and did like 65% of Crocodile. It went through my opponent's whole team. Now I got Mamoswine. Like if things comes out protecting screw. I mean, I'm pretty sure they had that for Girder. So I go for Curse, and they respect this play by going for SD, which is extremely scary for me. But now I'm pretty sure I go for Asgard Crash here, and yes I do. He is Focus Sash, which is pretty decent. I kind of predicted that. I kind of predicted him he was Sash because he went for another one. Because like yeah, and I go for Asgard Crash, and he goes gone. So now here, I want to talk about this. Pause there. So I'm pretty sure he had no attack investment Kartana because he got spoiler alert, he got speed boost in his beast boost, which means he had no attack investment and he had timid nature and he had like 15 it's like 20 no 19 yeah not 19 attack investment against mammal swine. Just Sacred Sword roll. Let's see. No, like legit. Tiger, you're watching this. That Kartana roll. Oh, it was plus 2 defense. It did not matter. But how did 47? I'm legit confused. Was the choice banned? He might have been banned. No, he couldn't have. I have no. Tiger, I have no idea. Choice Scarf. Wait, choice Scarf. Yeah, I think he. But that makes no sense. See, this is a weird rule. It does 47%, but he says like it does way more. I have no idea what his investment is, but he has to have speed because he got speed boost, beast boost. And as you can see, that did big damage. Well, I think he was a sort of a son. Yeah, I think this is it. I have no idea, but yeah, he finishes me off with the sacred sword, which ignores my defense boost, which was a good bring by him. So now I'm going to Spectre, Shadow Ball, which picks up the KO on Kartana. He was a soft crocodile, so he lived Shadow Ball, and I thought a knockoff. But then Girder comes in and finishes the game with Mach Punch. So that was the first round of playoffs, which means I proceed to the next round, which means I am against one of my hardest rivals, Sammy CE. And so I'm about to read my opponent's team. My opponent has. So we're gonna go here. So my opponent has Mega Gardevoir, Corviknight, Komoro, Rotom Walsh, which I know Sammy can use his rooms well, so that's not a good sign. Nidoking, Weavile, Snorlax, Lycanroc Midday, Orbeetle, and Magmortar. Weavile and Snorlax have to come because if they don't, Spectre just wins in the end. So I'm just gonna show you. So this is the customer side. If he agrees to my policy, I should have win. I should have won this game because I am speed crept to out. I'm pretty sure. So you know what? We can close these two games now. We don't really need them. Okay, so here is. Oh, you guys just saw. So I'm just gonna say here. Um, wait, hold on. Necrozma. What? I'm gonna reload this because it makes no sense. The current full of memes. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over here. So that way here. Okay, so I just want to show you if I'm plus two. I think I outspeed a plus one combo with Clamor Soul. Yes, I do. I was calculative that 100%. Yeah, that was my calc. I was calculating a plus a combo after a Clamor Soul, which boosts all of its stats by one, which would be bad. It takes with 33% of its health. But yeah, okay, so now we have Mega Mobile, Sucker Punch, Play Rough, Ironham, Sucker Punch. Yes, I forgot some two EVs in the calc. I don't know why. Blame me for that, but you'll see the outcome. So, Ghost Pony, so Sucker Punch was just for priority because we need all the priority we can. Play Rough was for Rotom Walsh, Weavile, Snorlax, Orbeetle. Ironhead was for Orbeetle, Lycanroc, Snorlax, Weavile, Neoking. Wait, Play Rough was meant for Komalo, and Ironhead also for Gardevoir, and Psychic Fangs was mainly for the Neoking, so it hit for super effective damage. I think I was calculating I think Mawile is calced to live a plus one. Hold on, no, I'm supposed to live a Neo King Scar variant, I think. Yes, I had to roll to live. Wait, I think that's some previous. Yeah, I was calc to live. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Ghost Point the Spectrier. Basically, once Snorlax and Weavile are gone, this side just sweeps. Sub Willow, Hex, and Nasty Plot kind of just went through my opponent's team. You will see a weird play in the battle, and that's gonna be weird. That's gonna be okay. So, 240 speed. I think I had enough speed for God of War. Let's see this real quick. So Spectrier. Hold on. Wait, I think was it for Adam and Weavile? No, it was. It was for Adam and Weavile. I don't know why, but it was for Adam and Weavile. So yeah, it has bulk, so it can live heads with Snorlax and Weavile. So we have Construction the Girder here with Mach Punch, Poison Jab, Knockoff, and Bulk Up. Mach Punch was for just some priority as my opponent. Weavile Songs get hit badly by it, like around midday two. Knockoff was to guarantee Oka or Beetle. Bulk Up was to just set up on something like Snorlax. And Poison Jab was for the Gardevoir. If I somehow lived a hit. But I do not think I did. So I don't know why I have that. Next thing we have here is Roserade, 216 speed, 252 special attack and 40 HP. I am calced to I think my speed was for a Scarf Needle King. Let me just see. pretty I'm pretty sure My speed was for a Neokin that was choice scarf. Timid, I think, yeah, honestly, now I think about more, yeah, it was for, yeah, it was yeah, 100% for Scarf and Neokin. I go for Exercise to do a bunch of damage. Also had Dazzling Gleam for the Como because I asked about +1 because I'm Scarf, and yeah, it also has 85 speed, ion speed. Energy Ball was for the Rodent Wasp, as you saw, and HP Fire is for Corviknight, which does a bunch of damage, which does a bunch of damage, which is fun which is fun with Technician. That's all me I versus Mandibuzz, and I know Sammy loves Mandibuzz, so I had to bring Mandibuzz because I was gonna one the I was one of the people that love Mandibuzz so much, so I had to bring it. We use policy weak armor. This was sort of a meme with Last Shot, Bone Rush, Steel Wing, and Brave Bird at +1 at +2. Brave Bird. This thing went through my opponent's whole team. Like, let's show you this. So if I'm in my Mandibuzz set, which is right here, if I'm +2, +2, -1, -1, Bone Rush O-code this thing, which was awesome. Corviknight. That's won my entire team, but I had my stats lowered during a turn. It would have been doubled, which would have been awesome if it did. I think I had let's see, Rotom Wash. Same scenario with that. It was just a fun bring. Stealing stealing was mainly for so stealing was for Gardevoir, and Brave Bird was for just Como and some other threats. So yeah, let's get to this battles now. And yeah, so we have the Necrozma, Mega Mawile, Spectrier, Mandibuzz, Roserade, and Girder as we brought. My opponent brought Snorlax, Weavile, Gardevoir, Rotom Corviknight, and Como. So I immediately see they have Defog and Corviknight and Rotom Clamorous Soul can be scary and Como. Gardevoir can kind of be scary. Weavile and Snorlax are for Spectrier. So let's go. So yeah, I lean Necrozma. They lead Gardevoir. Now they Mega Evolve, which means they lose Prism Armor. So I go for Shadow Ball. I go for Flash Cannon. I go for Rock Polish here. To speed and I go for Flash Cannon. Now let's see this calc. Necrozma. Gardevoir. If they're max, look at that. Look at that. 95.3 to 112.6%. I got a low roll and a half. That was so unfortunate. So unfortunate. It was supposed to OHKO. But actually, it didn't matter. This didn't matter because my opponent says they had Scarf Punishment Weavile. Which, I'll just see this. Now, like my opponent's such a good player. So Scarf Weavile with, let's see. Oh yeah, I was gone. So yeah, that was a good win by my opponent. So let's see. So yeah. I go for Mach Punch to pick up the KO because I didn't really want to deal with this thing anymore because this thing was annoying. I Now they get a good roll on me, and then they get a mineral, a low roll. This is this is payback for Necrozma. Okay, this is payback for Necrozma. Okay, so yeah, this was a damage roll battle. So the come on, Oko's me with flamethrowers. I'm fine with. I am Scarf Dazzling Gleam, so I can just Dazzling Gleam. They go switch in Corviknight, which is unfortunate. We go to Spectre though, cause like, and then they go for U-turn, which is not fun, cause they go Snorlax, which Spectre cannot touch. So I go Mandibuzz. They go for EQ predicted. Lash out. They put me go Maul Icy. Weak armor activates, so now I go for I think over Lash out again and Brave Bird. No, I switch. Okay, so I go Maul. Double Edge hurts a lot. But and also I forgot to mention the reason why Mega Mobile does not have Intimidate matchups is because Corviknight would have mirror armor reflected back on Maul, and then that could have been bad. So I go for Ironhead, which does a good chunk to a Corviknight. Rosary comes out, they go for Reflect. I go for Hand Power Fire and the Outcoast. And the Outcoast. Just so good, because the only other thing I had that fire moves was I think Necrozma. Yeah, that was the only thing I had left. Oh gosh. So that was the last thing I had left. So Weavile. So the this is when I found out. This is when I found out there's a scarf. So that was unfortunate. So then I'm like, okay, I can live this. I can live this. I can live this. I'm like, yes, I live. And then I Oko play refuge is so good. So I am in the lead 3-2 right here. Como comes out, I switch into Mandibuzz because I really need Maw in the end game, in the late end game. So they go for sub. I go for Brave Bird because that's my strongest move I have, and it hits everything on good damage. They go for Clamorous Soul, and I finish this thing all with Brave Bird, and then they say that they misclicked them, like they misclicked. Um, so they're saying that they threw. Braveheart does a bunch of damage. They go for Wrath, and here is the quote unquote confusing play. You're like, why Spectre out? Well, here's the thing. If Mega Mawile went down, I was done. I was straight up done. Because as you know, I have nothing that's Snorlax at all. So I legit had to just stall this out. I'm just gonna speed this up because I legit had to stall this out. I legit stall it out. He goes for Earthquake, almost picks me up, and then I think here, yes, he picks up the KO, which is good, and then I go into Mawile. They are burned though, remember, so I do go Mawile. I go for Ironhead as it's most damage, and then I flinch. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how crazy that is. Flinching Snorlax basically gave me I basically win the entire game because I go for Ironhead, which is perfect accuracy. They're not bright powder as they've shown. They are leftovers. So this is GG. They get a time. I feel so sorry for my opponent that I hate getting hacked out like that. But Ironhead was my only hope on winning that match. So GG to my opponent. Mowile did work that match. And so now we go to the final match, which is against Tim, the owner of the SDL. And so, my team I am bringing this week is so I was I was I stayed up late nights prepping for this match because this match was the most important. So I'm just gonna some backstory. By like 3 days in the week, I only had these. It was like 5 days. I only had these two planned. Like legit, I I only had these two planned. But yeah, okay. So now I'm gonna say my team against. I'm gonna say the Baltimore Oricorios team, which you might remember from week 4. We destroyed them with Necrozma. Well, they have a couple tricks in Necrozma now because they made transactions, and now their new team is Dragapult, Melmetal, Deoxys Defense, Keldeo, Zapdos, Mega Audino, Skuntank, regular Aerodactyl, Cradily, and Dormanton. I am glad that they still have Cradily that I trade them. That's a good that's just awesome. So I know that Mandibuzz kind of goes in because well I can follow through the Dragapult, follow through the Dormanton. If I like let me show you the calcs here. I can close these two games and we go here. So I'm pretty sure, yes, okay. So now we have these sets. Okay, so as you can see, Mandible is right here, Mandy. If we go Darmanitan, if they have Darmanitan out, Flare Blitz. They do recoil themselves and foul play kind of just OCOs once if they get like an 80% roll or higher. Foul play OCOs if they do 20% themselves. Not only a higher roll. Like that's my main plan for that. Roost was just for some recovery. Toxic was for if everyone stalled on something like Keldeo, Deoxys, especially Deoxys defense because I also had taunt, which could stop that too. So yeah, this investment lets me live Dragapult and Darmanitan. So you see Dragapult. Dragapult is gonna probably be physical, which if it's physical, like let's see, if it's like Life Orb, Adamant. But actually, they have to be Jolly. I'm making you guys know they have to be Jolly because, and as you can see, boom, we OHKO. But I'm letting you guys know they have to be Jolly Dragapult because if they are not, Spectre kind of just goes in. So yeah, they go for Dragon Darts. Look how well I take that. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, I'll call it foul play. So yeah, this is a good bring this week. Um, I I've been prepping with Tiger VGC with this team, so I'll leave his YouTube link in the description below. Check them out; they're really cool. And yes, so we have Rose to Rose right here with the Assault Vest. Now I am a bulky Rose right because well, looking at my opponent's team, this is the only thing besides Vaporeon that honestly stops Keldeo. Keldeo went through my entire team, which was not good at all. Spectre, like Keldeo kind of just went through my opponent, my whole team, and they brought a good uh Keldeo team. They brought a good Keldeo stuff, which was extremely scary. So yeah, that was one of the things I was scared of. I think I live a Zapdos Hurricane. I do not live a Mellow Hit. I do in fact live a Dragon Ball Dragon Darts with that defensive investment. So Sludge Bomb 3 kills Mega Audino, Hand Power Ground 2 kills Melmetal, Shadow Ball 2 kills Dragapult, Energy Ball Okos Keldeo, and yeah, so that's a pretty awesome EV spread and everything, which is pretty awesome. Next one we have is Mamoswine. Again, a Soul Vest. This actually surprisingly lives up Flare Blitz from Darmanitan. 156 HP, max attack, 100 defense with Impish. Heavy Slam, EQ, Iso Crush, Ice Hard. Um, Ice Rush for some priority if I count with Zapdos or like if something is on low HP, I can go for Ice Shard. Earthquake is for Melmetal, uh, Skuntank, Cradily gets hit but neutrally, and for Darmanitan. Ice Go Crush hits everything else. My opponent does not have a good ice or ground switching, so Mamoswine was a must bring. Next one we have is Spectre. We have Choice Scarf. We are EV to live to outspeed Modest Dragapult with Shadow Ball, Disable, Dark was a Hyper Beam. Shadow Ball was goes through my opponent's whole team besides Mega Audino and Skuntank. If they bring one of those, that's fine. If they bring both, that's not gonna be the best. If they bring one of those, that's one of the threats about are gone. Disable is good for my team. Disable can like stop can I know I'm scarf, but Disable can like I don't know. It can choice lock their man down, which means it cannot use any other moves. Dark Pulse was for Dex was for something that can't really handle. Like it's one of my only other special moves, so I don't really have much. And Hyper Beam for like big damage on something. Next on my team we have is Mega Mobile. Um, we have Huge Power, Play Rough for the Skun Tank, Keldeo, and Dragapult. Ironhead for the Deoxys defense. No, we have not for Deoxys. We have Ironhead for Cradily, Aerodactyl, Skuntank, Megalodino. Sucker Punch for some priority and Knockout for the Deoxys defense. Our EV spread. We are calc to 2. We are let me guess right. We are speed creeping a speed creeping Megalodino. So they're since Megalodino and Mega Mobile speed tie, they're both base 50. If they want to outspeed me by going 4 and being 137 speed and having flamethrower, I go 138. Out speed creep them, speed creeping me, which is pretty pog. 248 HP and 252 attack, pretty simple. It's supposed to just take hits and and do massive damage back. Yeah. Yeah, this thing goes to my opponent's team. I was thinking around Stone Age for Zapdos, but that wasn't needed, and you will see it's not needed in this match. Um, Rotom Heat is one of our Zapdos shocks, but also our Keldeo shock. I did Calcs, Pastleberry, Thunderbolt, Oko's Keldeo, and Maxwell's attack with Pastleberry from full. Now, honestly, because I live a Hydro Pump. So I think I live a Scald and a Hydro Pump. Yeah, I live one. I live a Hydro Pump with the berry, which is honestly super good. Thunderbolt Oko's Keldeo, and it's a basically it's a revenge kill. So Volt Switch for this thing is supposed to also wall Zapdos because all the stabs are resisted. Dalek's defense can't do much. I can paint split that. I I can mainly paint split Megalodino because there's a one HP, and I can just paint split that and then get a lot of HP back, which is pretty awesome. Next one we have on our team is, and then that's one on our team. So now let's go to the match, which here switch sides. But as you can see, we brought Mandibuzz, Roserade, Mammothine, Spectre, Mawile, and Rotom Heat. My opponent brought Keldeo, as expected. Zapdos, expected. Melmetal, expected. Dormanton, expected. Skuntank, expected. And Dragapult, expected. I expected all this. All I would say I could have predicted else would be either Skuntank for Megalodino or Darmanitan for Megalodino because Mandibuzz kind of walls it. So yeah. Okay, guys, this is the championship match, the final match of SDL, me versus Tim. The Seattle Sigilyphs versus the Baltimore Oricorios. Who will win? Yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, Sammy's CE's team was the Canberra Charizards. We beat them, and now this is against the Baltimore Oricorios. I hope you guys are all hyped. And so, I I look at my calculus. Okay, pretty simple. I can lead with Mammals one here because he again he does not have a switch in. Maybe I just turn off. Okay, so we have Mammals in here. They go for U-turn. Um, we just perfect fine. That's perfectly fine with this matchup. Um, so now we go for U-turn. Um, so now they go for U-turn. They go for Zap. I go on Zapdos. They Q. Unfortunately, it misses. So they go for Keldeo. Ice Crash. They're playing super well. I hope you guys can still hear me at this point. So now we have Ice Crash. They Ice Crash. I go for Roserade. They sub up. Let me just put the volume on low. Like here, okay. So they sub. I Stegosaur Sword. I live this and I go for Energy Ball, which is extremely good. Extremely good. They're going to Zapdos, predicting like a Sludge Bomb, predicting like an Energy Ball, but I go for Sludge Bomb and I poison, which is unfortunate for my opponent. Like Roserade did a lot against like Zapdos. Like that's a lot of damage to my opponent. I do I yeah you see if I have Hurricane, I even live that, which is crazy. Um, so I go wrong because predicting a hurricane. They go for toxic, which is a good play on them. They're on Dragapult. I go for a Volt Switch. Go predicting like Manibuzz. Yes, because I have Wallace thing. They go Zapdos. I go from Foul Play, which does a good chunk of damage. They live barely from the poison. I go Mammoth one. They roost, which is a good play about on them. They take poison damage. I almost went for EQ here. How much does Mammoth one do with EQ? That's a Mammoth one. Mammoth one. Keldeo. It does so much. It does so much. It has a chance to kill. No, it doesn't. But actually, it hasn't done damage yet. They have. Oh yeah, they did the damage. They did the damage rate. So wait, when did they do damage? Hold up. Here, this right here. Let me calculate this real quick. I'm sorry. I went point on it. I'm like, okay. Secret Sword is 29%. Oh, they're modest. 28 max. Yep, they're modest. So that was good to know. So let's go back here. This here. Santos comes in. So foul play comes out. Yeah. So Aquaman was which is a good play on my part. They go for Rouge. I'm just gonna So Kelly comes out and we just I go crash because it does. I almost earthquake there. I go Rose Raid. They go for Scald, which is pretty good. So now I go for Melmetal. Well, they go for Melmetal. I go for Shadow Ball. I guess I don't. Okay, not yet. So Rose Red, they go for Rocket, which is a extremely good play on them. Extremely good play. I go for Voltage because I need to get out of there. I go Spectre. They go Skuntank. I go Rochelle, and here I kind of forget. I guess that's right, and I kind of forget here that Pursuit exists, which was bad for me. I go Mammoth one. That the HP invest saved me, by the way. So Sucker Punch. I go for Ezreal Crash, and they legit just sack this thing, which was a mistake on them because Spectre kind of just picked up kills. They go to Mantan. They go for Flare Blitz, which finished off Malcolm, which is not no success happening. So now I go Spectre, they go Melmetal, Shellball. They live barely, which was actually not a roll. It was just my EV spread. So I fall. They go Mandibuzz. Foul play. Crit did not matter at all. Not matter at all. So here I go on a run heat because I resist both stabs. And yeah, sorry the music time. I wish it was off, but I'm afraid if I turn my speaker, my mic will turn off, so I don't want to do that. So I paint split, get feedback, which is awesome. So Thunderbolt, they took no because there's a reason they lost a flying typing. I go Mega Mobile. Here is where the legit makes me kind of sad here because well. I Mega Evolve. They go Thunderbolt. They paralyze me. I get paralyzed once, which is unfortunate. Get paralyzed twice, which is also extremely unfortunate. Then I Sucker Punch. Then I honestly just that damage mattered because now I go running heat. They go for overheat. Yes, I did go for overheat, which put them in poison range for them to go down, which is so good. That was one of the biggest stars on my team. Now I go Keldeo. They call mine. I do Thunderbolt, which does a bunch of damage, and then Secret Sword finishes off running heat, which I'm fine with. I go Rose Raid, and I'm bulky, so I live this. I go for Energy Ball, which finishes off Keldeo, and then Rainbow comes in. Draco Meter finishes me off, but then Mandibuzz is a goat and legit Elko's Dragapult with foul play, and that's GG. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This means we are the SDL, the Showdown Draft League Season 2 champion. This is awesome, and I'm happy you guys experienced me on this journey. SDL Season 3 videos coming extremely soon. But above all else, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, my Subtitle Squad, and to everyone else that's watching, thank you.